What's up, everybody? Cinephile Mike is here, and it is day 73 of Award Season Review Season 3. 97 reviews coming at you in 97 days, covering many of the films contending for awards recognition this season. Now, some of the films I'm talking about may still be in theaters, be awaiting its initial release, or awaiting a re release. So, all the statistical information I am providing to you, box office, critical response, nominations, wins, predictions, everything is current within 7 days of recording and posting. And as always, these reviews are spoiler free. Also, make sure you check out my website, cinephilemike.com, where you can find other great Oscar information, award season information, including the Where Can I Watch It spreadsheet 2024 edition, which can help you track all the nods, wins for all the major award shows, as well as see how to watch the over 200 films vying for contention this season. So, we are officially and moving along in our 11th theme week. And thank you to everyone that has been with me on this journey since day one, and welcome to all of my new subscribers that we've picked up in the last week or so. Hope you're going to enjoy the rest of this ride. We are going to take a mini break from the major awards contenders and look at those films that people have deemed the worst of the year. We are looking at films that have been nominated for one or more Golden Raspberry Awards, or more affectionately known as the Razzies. Possibly they could be nominated elsewhere, but that's what landed them here for this theme week. And today, another Razzie comic book flick nod. There were four in total. I covered Joker, I covered Madame Web. Today, I am covering Sony Pictures' Kraven the Hunter. The fourth one, which I'm probably not going to get to this season, I'll give it a really quick throw out there, was the remake of The Crow. Was not a big fan. Not a recommend on that one. Probably 1 star. So there was a fourth. Now I've touched on all four of the Razzie nominated comic book films. But let's go back to Kraven. Sony Pictures' Kraven was written by the team of Richard Wenk, Art Markham, and Matt Holloway from a story by Richard Wenk and directed by J.C. Chandor. The film was released this past December, so it was only out in the theaters for about a month before it has already been taken out. In that limited time, the film made $24,923,000 domestically and $36,656,117 internationally for a worldwide total of $61,579,117. As per Rotten Tomatoes, the film is slightly higher than Madame Web's 11%, with a 16% critical rating coming from 152 reviews, and a fresh popcorn meter, much higher than Madame Web, with over 1,000 audience scores, resulting in a 74%. Now, award season wise, Kraven the Hunter is nominated for Worst Prequel, Remake, Ripoff, or Sequel. Although I'm wondering how, because this is the first film, unless they're considering it a sequel in the Spider-Verse, in which case Madame Web should have probably also fallen into this category. So I don't know if I really agree with that one. The second one would be Worst Screenplay for the aforementioned team. And the third is a Razzie nomination for recent Oscar winner Ariana DeBose. She is in the Worst Supporting Actress category for two performances this season, Kraven and Argyle. Other than those three Razzies, there is no other information regarding awards for this film as per our usual source, IMDb. So, let's hunt. Although the film doesn't go chronologically, I will, for the purposes of this summary, do so. So, Nikolai Kravinoff, played by Russell Crowe, a major crime lord, has two sons. Sergei, played in youth by Levi Miller. Sergei was a child with his wife. And then we have Dmitri, played by Billy Barrett in childhood, who was born of him and his mistress. One day after his wife passes, he takes them on a safari to go hunting. The boys venture off on their own when a lion attacks. Sergei is unable to shoot it, and Dmitri gets scared and runs away, and the lion almost mauls Sergei to death. Now, before Nikolai shows up to deliver the death shot, killing the lion, Sergei is found by Calypso, played by Diana Babnikova, who fed him a serum from her, apologies, voodoo priest's grandmother that saves him and ultimately gives him apex predator-like powers, as when she serves him the serum, it gets mixed with the blood of the lion. Upon surviving the attack and learning that the father's reasons for killing the lion weren't to save the son, but more to teach a lesson, And also the fact that it's been a fraught relationship anyway, Sergei gets frustrated and he takes off. He leaves the States to run to Russia to a sanctuary and research facility that was owned by his mother. Now, jump forward 16 years to the primary action of the film. Sergei, now played by Aaron Taylor Johnson in adulthood, has dropped his first name and adapted his last name into Kraven, and has dedicated his life to tracking down criminals, and given his skill set, is known to those that he tracks as the Hunter. And once you get on his list, there's only one way that you get off it. Kraven is brought back into his family's web when Dimitri, now played by Fred Etchinger, who he's been around a lot this award season. Thelma, Gladiator 2, now here. Anyway, Dimitri gets kidnapped by a group of mercenaries, and Nikolai refuses to pay the ransom, so Craven takes matters into his own hands. He tracks down Calypso, now played by Ariana DeBose, who is a lawyer in adulthood, and uses her to help him track Dimitri and the potential kidnappers because she's been involved in, trials with some of these crime rings, and there's a connection there. Craven's been tracking, she can help. Through a series of events, Kraven and Calypso will have to team up to save Dmitri from a series of individuals, including a former adversary of their father, Alexei Saitsevich, played by Alessandro Nivola, who will bring to mind another Spider-Man character, and a powerful assassin named the Foreigner, played by Christopher Abbott, as he tries to get to the bottom of the whole situation. Okay, like yesterday's Madam Web, this film, serving as an origin story and a chance to expand the universe, attempts to do, again with a script, too much. Gets muddled. Simplicity is key with comic book films. I don't know why we have to cram a bunch of things in. Just because people know who all these characters are doesn't mean we need them all together. That being said, the dialogue and the script, though, when you compare to Madam Web, is much better. There is a lot less laughable dialogue. Also written a lot better than Morbius. Also, J.C. Chandor is a director who is known for really strong character-driven films. Margin Call, Most Violent Year, All Is Lost. So there were pieces that could have made this work better. I mean, the issue is the script and everything it tries to do. The other problem, too, is there are several plot holes. Not sure where they missed. I feel like there were scenes unintentionally left on the cutting room floor because there are a few plot holes with this one that are really frustrating. I'm not going to say what they are, but let me tell you this. If you haven't seen the film yet and you watch it and you're like, wait, how did we get from A to B? Did such and such? Stop thinking you slept or dozed through it. It's just not there. You just have to kind of accept, oh, that's how it is. So because of this, you know what? I'm going to go in support of the screenplay nomination. It, crams in too much and can't cash the checks that it writes. That said, the film ended up setting something I truly would have liked to see, but we know that we aren't going to get it. But it was a great cliffhanger that brings some of the characters I've already referenced into play. So it's unfortunate that this is really the definitive end of our Sony Spider-Verse. The performances, look, they're decent. Aaron Taylor Johnson is very committed and has the opportunity to show, those action chops that we only slightly glimpsed at in Avengers Age of Ultron or Kick-Ass. I mean, Kick-Ass, these two are very different films. Crow plays a delightful villain. He's able to lean into his usual over-the-top pension, so it really works here. Kind of what he did in Thor, Love and Thunder. Etchinger is almost chameleon-like this season. As I said, he's popped up in the several places that he has, and his performance here was enjoyable as the would-be victim. Now, DeBose's Calypso, she is not worthy of the nod. Look, the script sort of sidelines her and doesn't give her as much to do, and where there are some moments that she could shine, she does make the most of what she can do. So again, I'm not going to say that her acting is poor. My issue is with the screenplay. In an undeveloped screenplay, actors can only work with what they're given. Chandor is a gifted screenwriter, and I wish he had taken a pass on this script because I think we might have gotten things fixed. I mean, this is only his fifth feature film as a director, and it's the first one that he didn't also have a screenwriter credit on. And it shows. Oh well. Here's what I'll say. It is a much better film that we got in a villain origin story than Morbius, and it is better than the sadly much maligned Madam Web. And if this truly was the final Sony Spider-Verse film, could it have been better? Yes. Is it the worst one to check off? No. I enjoyed this one a little bit more than the most recent Venom film, if I'm being honest. So, to that end, I'm going to give Kraven the Hunter 3 stars. You heard me right. I may be in the minority here, but look, this film was better than I thought it would be given what we've had in this franchise thus far. While there's major script issues, the cast does what they can. Chandor made an attempt to fill the screen with some decent, fun action sequences. The opening of the film is great. We just have a bloated plot. If you would like to see Kraven the Hunter, it is currently available for rental or digital purchase on most platforms. No streaming information as of yet. It's still a little too new. All right, 73 down, 24 to go. That puts us 75% through the season. We are really starting to wrap it up. We're going to be at the Oscars before you know it. As always, please, if you like what you heard here, click that subscribe button, like the video, share the video, spread the word, drop comment, let me know what you think. You can follow me, Cinephile Mike, on all social media platforms and on Letterboxd, and find lots of great additional content on my website, cinephilemike.com. All right, everyone, until tomorrow, this is Cinephile Mike saying take a break and watch something new.